Steve here. What I want to show you in our Greyhound UK Raider is a backing method that will serve you well to start with, and I'll show you the results, and then I'll show you how to get it and how easy it is for you to use this selection method for the UK Greyhounds. So let's get onto it. Nothing's too controversial today, so this is what I'm calling this is the Battle of the Sexes. It's in the Greyhound racing. And this is for 25 days from the 20th of October 2024 right through to just the other day, the 14th of November 2024. Now, we have some selection criteria which is easy to implement using the Greyhound UK Raider. Now, if you have watched the other video, you know that there's two parts to it. There's the web or cloud version part of it where you can see everything nice and clearly on the computer or your iPad or whatever you're using. And then there's the Excel export part of it, which is what I use mostly and which is where you can do your research and come up with your selections. So in the selection criteria of the set of graphs I'm going to show you is we're looking for the fastest greyhound, and it's very easy. It's got a column fastest, slowest. So you just click on you want the fastest. Must be speed rated equal or less than 16, and with an odds range, and we'll talk about the odds range in a minute. And from source one is the only one that I use, and the traps that you want to use. Okay, so that's the criteria of how we're going to find our selections, and with that criteria, these are the results that we've managed to obtain over these 25 days. Set of graphs here. We're looking at the odds range between 2 and 5.5. So that's the odds range that the dogs must be at in order for us to be backing them. So we can see down here in the traps, we've got all the traps. Now, if we use all the traps, so 1 through to 6, and they met those criteria that we just discussed up there, you can see there, this is the all, so there was 300 races, or 287 races, of which we made a small profit there of nearly 12 points profit, okay? We had 88 winners, so we had a strike rate of 31% and a return on investment after commissions of only 4%. So no big deal, no bells and whistles, nothing to write home about. If we looked at only using trap 6, we get another poor profit for this period. We've got 16 winners, 31% strike rate, and only 6% return on investment. And if we use traps 4, 5, and 6, we ended up with 149 selections, 27 points profit, 52 winners, 35% strike rate, so the strike rate's up a little bit, and 19% return on investment. Now, to some people, that is a good return on investment, 19%, over a spend of like £149 if you're using £1 per selection. This is all level staking, these profits here. Then we look at traps 5 and 6. We had 103 selections over the 25 days, so about 4 selections a day on average. To make £20 profit, 35 winners, 34% strike rate, and 20% return on investment. And you can see the other ones down there, including trap 5, 53 races, £17 profit, 19 winners, 36 strike rate, and 33% return on investment. So it's getting better. Okay, and that's using both sexes, dogs and bitches, all included in these figures here. So there are some figures there that you can bank. The bitches. Okay, now what I want to do is tighten the odds up so we can get a better return for our money. So in this video, we're going to be using the same criteria. All the videos get the same criteria, but we've got the odds of 4 to 5.5. So we've really tightened up the odds. We're looking for a bit of value. Now, with the dogs and bitches meeting those criteria we had at the top, all traps 117 races, and we made 9% return on investment, so a little bit better. T6 only, we made 37% return on investment, 17 bets for 5 winners, £6 profit. If we look at that, T4, 5 and 6 traps, so 65 races, £27 profit, 24 winners, 37% strike rate, and 43% return on investment. So that there is by far, those 3 traps, those 3 outside traps, is our best investment, return on investment for that 25 days. 5 and 6, 44 for £12 profit, 17 winners, 39% strike rate. So the strike rate's quite good when you're considering the odds that we're looking at, and 29% profit. Okay, and 2, 4, 5 and 6 is 82 races, £27 profit, so 29% strike rate. And the last one, T5, only 27 started, but that's like a better day really on an average. £11 profit for 42% return on investment. Now these 2 graphs I've shown you are dogs and bitches meeting the criteria that we have. Now I want to get a little bit controversial and show you what the bitches can do with the same selection process. So we're getting rid of the dogs out of it, and we're just looking at the bitches. So in that same period, there's 149 races that qualified with all traps, and we made £22 profit, 55 winners, so 37% strike rate. And strike rate, that's across all the traps, 37%, which is and a 15% return on investment. Now we can see by using this odds range of 2 to 5.5, we get some pretty handy numbers here. Strike rate of 43, 43, 42, 42, 42, so pretty consistent. And the return on investment, 50% for the traps 4, 5 and 6. You're only betting one dog in a race, but you're using, if they're from trap 4, 5 or 6, then they're a selection if they meet those criteria. But keep in mind, even though we've got multiple traps here, you're only betting the one dog. So you can see the strike rates, and you can see the return on investment, 50%, 49, 49 and 61% return on investment. Of the 31 bets we had on trap 5, we made £19 profit over that 20 days. Okay, and that's just betting a £1 stake. Now, if you're patient in that, this is where it becomes really interesting, looking at the odds of 4 to 5.5. Okay, so we're looking at higher priced dogs, and we're looking at bitches only still. All traps of bitches that met that criteria and were between 4 and 5.5 just before they jumped. We had 60 races for £18 profit, 17 winners, so 28% strike rate, 31% return on investment. That's on all the traps. If we drill down, we're starting to get into some smaller figures here, but trap 6 only had 6 races for £7 profit, so we made over 100% profit. 3 winners, so 50% winners and 124%. Obviously, 6 runners is a pretty low number. Trap 4, 5 and 6, so 22 races, £20 profit, 9 winners, 41% strike rate and 92% return on investment. Trap 5 and 6, which is my favourite one, 21 selections over the 25 days, so nearly one a day, £20 profit, 6 winners, 29% hit rate and 97% return on your investment. So on £1, you're making £20 profit. So if you're using £5, you'd be making £100 profit over those 25 days. 2, 4, 5 and 6 traps, 38 races, £35 profit, 16 winners, 42% strike rate and 93% return on investment, and same with track 5, 93% return on investment. So very good profit. The green line here is our profit, so you can see there. What you do is you pick the traps that you like and run with them. So over these 25 days, we had 3,352 races, and that covered nearly 19,000 greyhounds. So a lot of dogs. Okay, so how do we get these selections at the start of the day? Glad you asked. I'll just pause the video and I'll bring up today's races. Okay, so after about 7:30 UK time in the morning, the ratings are ready, and today's the 19th. So if we go down here, we see all today's races step by step. So you can look at each individual race as you want, as you go if you like. You can have a look, see what you want to bet on. But I'm going to show you how I use it and how I get my selections. So we go down to the meetings, the last tab, we can get all the meetings in here. And I'm using source 1, and all the results that I've shown you are on source 1. Okay, you've got source 2, you can experiment, but I use source 1. So we've got everything here now. We've got all the ratings for today, every race right through to Swindon, still going. Swindon race 12 at 21.46. We've got them all there, and then the next thing to do is to export them into a Excel file. And as I said before, you can use this file on OpenOffice or anything like that. So you're going to open the file, and here we are now. We've opened the file. So we can see here, if we look at here at the odds here, the back and lay, you can see that they don't mean anything because we're still a fair way away from racing starting. So the winner column is blank. That'd be nice if that was not blank, wouldn't it? But it's blank, and then we've got the back and lay odds. So now what we're going to do, this is not a lesson in Excel. I expect that you know a little bit about Excel. We're going to go into the data, and we're going to use filter. So click on the filter, and you can see we've got the little arrows now. And we're going to go through exactly what I said, the criteria that we have. So the first criteria that we come to is, I'll leave the traps until so we're going to use the sex here. We're only going to have Bs. We only want the bitches. Come across here now to speed rating. We go into number filter, and we only want less than or equal to 16. These are the dogs that we're interested in. So you can see there, all the speed ratings here are 16 or less. We only want the fastest dogs in the race. And you can see how many we got rid of automatically. So this is today's racing, and these are the only qualified dogs so far, and we haven't yet looked at the odds. We'll see the odds mean nothing to us here because obviously it's the first race is not till tonight, till 8:39. So we've got our potential 5 dogs here, and this is where you make your mind up. If you're looking at what are you betting, are you going to be betting trap 4, 5, and 6, or trap 5 and 6? If you're going to be betting trap 5 or 6, there's no bets today, so you've got a day off. But if you're using, say, 4, 5, and 6, then you would come in here, and we can obviously see these are the 2 dogs that we've got that may be selections for us. So what do? Do you wait around twiddling your thumbs till 8:39 and then have a bet on the Doncaster race if the odds are between whatever you choose, 4 and 5.5 or 2 and 5.2? what do you do? Well, what I do is I go into, we've got a bot called EasyBet Bot, more about that below this video. And I put these two dogs into that bot and I set the price. I just pause for a sec. Okay, so I've opened EasyBet Bot here. Come down to Greyhound Racing, so Australia or Great Britain. Now we know that our two are here in Doncaster. So we click on Doncaster, click on the day, and then we find the races that we want to bet on. Now, these races here are in Australian time, so these races are happening here at 2:21 in the morning, my time. Okay, if you're in the UK, obviously this will be the UK time, and that would be a lot handier for you because obviously, okay, so I've got here at 2:39 my time is the first race here, which is Swift Emmy. So we just come over that to selections, Swift Emmy. I want to take between 2 and 5.5, and minimum runners, I just put 3. And I'm backing it. I'm backing level stakes. I'm backing it for $1 or £1, and then I'll click on place bet. Okay, so that's programmed, and then the next one here is down right, the last race of the day. We've got Jesse Robbins. So we come up here, Jesse Robbins. You can see here what the odds are at the moment. So you couldn't bracket at the moment on these odds. So the odds are the same here. We want between 2 and 5.5 and 3 runners, and we're backing it. So we leave everything the same. Program the bet. Yes. And if we come up here to schedule bets, you can see there are our 2 bets for later on in the day. I just leave the bot running and go about my day business. And I am set. Now, obviously, if we were going to be doing all odds, then we'd click these ones here, and we would be betting all these 5 just exactly the same way that I just showing you now. So that is how quick it is to find your selections for the day, put them on, and not have another worry about it at all. So I'll wrap this video up. It's gone a little bit longer, but that's a nice strategies that we're using on the bitches, and it just shows you how quickly it is to find them. If we just change this for a minute, back to dogs. So if we were backing bitches and dogs, these are all the selections that we would have today. And then they only get put on, obviously, if they meet it to find. Okay, on behalf of Michael and Steve, thanks for watching this and hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.